So, what is going on, guys? I am BlackOpsAmazing. Welcome back to another episode of the Zombies Questions series, where today we have a bunch of questions that I'm going to try my best to give you guys the answers for. As always, if you enjoyed the video, a like rating would be very much appreciated. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest Zombies videos on the channel, and without further ado, let's do this. So quickly, just before I carry on, if you don't know how this series works, you guys simply ask me questions, anything you want to know to do with zombies, and in a video I will gather a bunch of them together and try my best to answer them. In the next episode that I am going to be doing, instead of taking questions from the comment section on YouTube, which is what I'd usually do, for the next episode I'm going to be taking questions that you guys ask me over on Twitter. So if you want to be in the video, if there's anything you want to know, you can ask me over on Twitter. Link will be in the description below. So anyway, the first question of today comes from Alex Roseberry, and this person says, where did Sam go after Edward went into her body? Richtofen, as we know, travelled to different locations to collect artifacts that he needed to use in order to gain control of the ether. He was going to do this by switching bodies with Samantha. He collected the focusing stone from Shangri-La and the Vril device from Call of the Dead, and then when they got to Moon, he combined both of them together, which allowed Richtofen to swap bodies with Samantha, who was trapped inside of the MPD, which now meant that Richtofen was inside of Samantha's body in the MPD pyramid in control of the zombies. But what happened to Samantha? Well, since she swapped bodies with Richtofen, she was now in Richtofen's body. And if you carry on playing after you complete the Moon Easter egg and blow up the Earth, you can hear Samantha talking from inside Richtofen's body. If you are playing as Richtofen's character, you will now hear Samantha talk. She is the new voice of Richtofen. So to simply answer your question, what happened to Samantha after she switched bodies with Richtofen? She was trapped inside Richtofen's body. That's pretty much it. But as we know in Moon, since Maxis was killed and his soul was sucked up inside of the computers on Moon, where eventually he gained access to the ether, when Maxis took control of the ether at the end of the buried Easter egg, the year 2035, he returned to the Moon and plucked Samantha from Richtofen's body so she could join him in Argotha. Then, as we know, when Samantha and Maxis were reunited, Samantha saw that her dad had turned evil due to the Dark Ether, and so she left that universe, going through a rift into Dimension 63, all the way back to Origins 1918 to try and change what had happened. So there you go, Alex. Hopefully that answers your question. The next one a lot of people were asking, and this is, why does Eddie have an American accent when he's German? Now, this is a really difficult one to answer, and in fact, I can't answer this. I don't know for sure. But what we do know is that Richtofen collected Eddie's innocent soul from Dimension 2210 and gave it to Monty so he could give him a physical form in the house. So Eddie definitely is Richtofen, just an innocent version of him from Dimension 2210. Nowhere else in the Canorium does it mention this dimension. It only mentions it once when Richtofen went there to collect Eddie's soul. We hear a lot about Dimension 63, but nothing really about Dimension 2210, where Eddie's innocent soul comes from.
Getting everything wrong. I told you before, their eyes should be blue.
It's my turn, Eddie. I can do whatever I want.
But you don't even know how to play properly. Girls don't know enough about zombies.
What's the choice of it, children? Make sure the windows are locked before you come down to the basement.
We'd better do what your dad says. I didn't even get my turn.
Now, it's very noticeable that Richtofen has a German accent, and when you listen to Eddie talk in the Origins cutscene, either his German accent is very, very weak, or he's not German at all, and you can tell that by his accent. And the only reason I can think of as to why this is because something must have happened, something must have changed drastically in Eddie's life in Dimension 2210. Something in that dimension must have happened that affected Eddie drastically compared to other dimensions. Maybe in that dimension he wasn't born in Germany. I really don't know, but the only explanation could be that in that dimension something must have happened, which means that he's no longer German. Or simply, maybe he is, and Tryout forgot to just change the accent. I don't know. So anyway, that's the best I can explain it for you guys. The next question, pretty simple, but I thought I'd answer it, comes from Birdman, and he says, who is the person opening the door in Revelations? Whose hand is it? Simple answer, that is Dr. Monty. If you take a look, you can see he is wearing those same fingerless gloves and also the long green jacket. You compare them both, it is clearly Dr. Monty who opens the door, plus it is Dr. Monty who was narrating the whole thing, so you would expect the person talking, the person in the point of view is Dr. Monty, and it is him who opens the door. The next question comes from the Greg Plays, and he says, who sings the Perk jingles? Again, this is another one that I'm not 100% sure about, but I'm going to give you guys some things that we could put together which hopefully we could get an answer from. So, as we know, the Perks were mostly created by Group 935. Some of them were created by the Russians and the Ascension Group, some of them were created by the Americans, but mostly created by Group 935. For every single perk that we have in Zombies, there is a jingle that goes along with it. Well, what you may know is that in Revelations there is an Easter egg that you can do where Monty actually starts singing the perk jingles for you. And then there's also a wisp in Revelations where he says this.
The minute you people teleported for the first time, you changed the rules. How am I supposed to keep track if you keep moving the pieces? Even when you were just a little problem brewing in the far corner of existence, I tried to throw you a bone or two. I told you this, didn't I? The magic box of weapons, the little clues here and there. I always tried to give you a little help, without drawing too much attention to myself. The thing is, though, I can't just magic things out of thin air. I have to manipulate things that already exist in your reality. Like the perk drinks. They were something originally cooked up by Group 935. I just used them for my own ends. I honestly don't even know how they work. I swear. As for the songs, don't get me started.
He says, I can't just magic things out of thin air. I have to manipulate things that already exist in your reality, like the perk drinks. There was something originally cooked up by Group 935, and then he whistles. He says, I use them for my own ends. Honestly, I don't even know how they work. I swear. As for the songs, don't even get me started. So even though Group 935 originally cooked them up, Dr. Monty used his powers to manipulate them and turn them into what they are now. So he does have something to do with the perk machines. He says, I don't know how they work, I swear. But the way he says that makes it seem kind of suspicious, like actually he knows exactly how they work, and then he says, as for the songs, don't even get me started. That kind of makes it seem like Dr. Monty was the one who made the songs for the perk jingles, or the perk machines, but as we listen to them, you clearly see it is not Dr. Monty's voice who sings the perk songs.
When everything's been dragging you down, grabbed you by the hair and pulled you to the ground. If you wanna get up, you need a little revive. If you wanna get up, you need a little revive. Yeah!
When you need some help to get by, something to make you feel strong, reach for sugar, tonight.
So did he create the perk jingles? Is this him singing just auto-tuned? Did Group 935 create the perk jingles? I mean, we don't know. It seems like Dr. Monty may have had something to do with them. That's what he makes it seem like, but then again, it doesn't sound like him. So I know this one confuses me just a little bit. I'm not 100% sure. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, but there we go. So anyway, that is all I have time for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully you found out something new. If you have, a like rating, as always, would be very much appreciated. Thank you guys for over 340,000 subscribers. It is absolutely amazing. I can't thank you guys enough. As always, I try my best to reply to you down in the comment section below. Make sure you are subscribed, make sure you check in case YouTube unsubbed you, make sure you click that little bell notification icon, and remember to leave comments, leave any questions you have for the next episode over on Twitter. However, thank you for watching, and of course we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well, guys. Almost forgot to say that. Don't forget to follow me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.